I'm going into another plane.
Sorry, does this other plane have a name?
Let's call it the Further.
Cool name.
Hey, Mark.
Hey guys, Denise Salcedo here with Movie Club. The Insidious film series has kept many of us awake with horrifying nightmares, and on June 5th, the prequel to both films is coming out. And today we have a very special guest of Insidious Chapter 3, Hayley Kiyoko. How are you, Hayley?
I'm so great. I'm very excited.
Thank you so much for being here today. I'm so excited to have you here. So you're Maggie in Insidious Chapter 3, of course.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about the film and a little bit about your role and what viewers can expect?
Well, it's Chapter 3 is the origin story, so it goes way back before number 1 and number 2, and I play Maggie, who's Quinn Brenner's best friend, and she's kind of this positive light in her life, and Quinn Brenner's going through a lot. She lost her mother, and you know she's trying to reach out to her mom, and then you get introduced to Lynn Shaye's character Elise before all of the other movies, and so it's great. You should definitely see it because you don't have to see the first two to go see this one, and it's also the most scariest chapter of the franchise.
And I think even if you haven't seen the first two, probably seeing this one and getting like a glimpse of what
totally.
the other two are about.
Definitely, absolutely.
So what was your experience like doing the production? Like, was it scary? How did you prepare mentally for the road? Did you go to any seances?
Well, I was lucky enough that I wasn't playing like a demon or anything crazy like that. I really just had to be the normal human being in the film. So I was, really lucky. Like Stephanie Scott, who plays Quinn, she had to do like all these psychic tarot card reading and all this different stuff to really prepare for her role. So it was a pretty simple process for me, but I had so much fun, and it's Lee Whannell's directorial debut, and he wrote the other Insidiouses with James Wan, and so it's been very exciting to be a part of it.
So with the new director in this film, what do you think are the major differences between the both films? The three films, actually.
I don't know. I feel like that's getting really technical. I think that since they've worked together for so long, they share similar views and how things should be shot. But I think that Lee did a wonderful job, and James was obviously a part of it and kind of helping him just grow, and so I'm very proud of him.
So how did you get involved with Insidious? What was your audition like? Did they have you do anything scary, or what was that like?
It was pretty simple. I went in and I met with Lee, and I was good friends with Stephanie before because we did Gem and the Holograms together, and so we just had really great chemistry, and it was a very quick process. And I've never shot a horror film before. I don't really watch a lot of horror films because I get so scared. So I'll be at the premiere being like, oh my gosh!
You're more scared than the people watching the movie.
Yeah, I'm gonna be like, did you see that? Did you see that?
It was also Stephanie's first horror film, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. So you guys had that in common together.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, and the set was really cold and eerie and dark, and so I was looking through my old pictures on my computer, and I have the picture of the man who can't breathe, eating food and smiling with people. It's just so funny.
So with all these scary props around, was everybody constantly playing pranks on each other?
I mean, it's a very safe set. I feel like for horror films, you have to be really safe and cautious. But we did have lots of fun, and it was a very lighthearted set.
Do you have a favorite scene in the movie?
Yeah, it's a spoiler alert beyond, but when you do watch the film, there's this one scene where you have no idea what's about to happen, and it happens, and everyone just shrieks, and my character freaks out, and the stunt involved with it was so much fun to watch, and it's great. These franchises, they don't really use very much CGI or at all, and so everything's happened there on set, and we're all just like, oh my gosh, it looks so real, because it is.
So you have a freak out moment. Can you show us your best scared face, or what it was through your mind?
That was a good scared face.
Oh, that was my Yours is definitely a lot better, but So what was your favorite part of the whole film and everything? Most challenging as well.
Well, my favorite part was just watching the film and seeing it come together, because with horror films, it's not only the way it's shot, but it's the sound mapping of where you're hearing a little ding in the theater and all the mixing, and it's very theatrical. So it's cool, you read it on the script, on the page, and then when you really see it in the theaters, it really transforms into this huge horror experience and extravaganza. So I'm really looking forward to seeing it again tonight.
So this might be a dumb question, but so it's Insidious Chapter 3, but yet it's the prequel. So then why is it Chapter 3 and not like, I don't know, just
Negative
a different name? Yeah.
Negative 0. Insidious. Well, there you go, because that sounds ridiculous. Insidious negative 0.
Negative 0.
Before the chapter. I have no idea. I think just because it's like chronological, Chapter 3. I don't know. You'll have to ask Leonel about that one.
I will. I'll make a note of that.
Yeah.
So now we're going to switch off like a little bit from Insidious. See, you also do music, you know,
Yes.
singing and all of that. You have a few EPs out, and you have one coming up, right?
Well, I just released one in February called The Side of Paradise, and then I'm doing a summer tour at the end of June.
Oh, exciting.
So that's been lots of fun. I'm releasing a music video this month, and so lots of very exciting things. Yeah.
So how do you balance both music and acting?
I mean, I balance it pretty well, I guess. I don't know. Acting is such an up and down type thing, and so is music. So it's like you're really busy, and then you're not. And so when I'm not, I'm doing music, and then when I'm done with music, go back to acting. So I, you know, keep swapping places. But I love both, and it's been so much fun to finally see my music where I want it to be, as well as this acting world that I never imagined being a part of, and it's a very humbling experience.
Do you feel your heart lies more with acting or with music?
I mean, I've always loved music. Music was like my first child. But I love doing both, and tonight's gonna be my first premiere where I'm like in the movie and I'm going, so I'm super geeking out about it, and life's been really awesome.
And you should be. It's an awesome experience.
It's cool.
Right?
I mean,
Not
people
everyone
like
gets to go through
you know
that.
play it cool, like, oh yeah, the carpet, but like it's so exciting.
Yeah, I'm gonna see you there like, hey guys! So, well, who would you say are some of your musical inspirations?
I have a lot. Sia's like one of my favorite songwriters. I love Metric with Emily Haynes. She's amazing. Arcade Fire. I love the Cranberries and kind of like 90s music and stuff like that. And then I also love like R&B music, so it kind of goes all over the place.
So a mixture of what?
Yeah.
What are your songs usually about? Where do you write? Is there a special place?
Well, I wrote my last EP in my parents' garage and really like broken down back to the basics. But I always kind of, you know, write based off of like an emotion I feel, and then kind of like create a fictitious kind of story with that real emotion to begin with. And so this Side of Paradise was like my world and my paradise, and I'm very excited about the music video. It's for a song called Girls Like Girls, and I'm going to release that like end of June.
Oh,
so
exciting.
Look out for that, yeah.
And your summer tour, where are you going to be touring?
I'm starting in LA, and we're doing Boston, New York, Chicago, Toronto. Yeah,
So all the big
bunch of stuff. Oh yeah, on the East Coast. So
all the big happening
yeah,
cities.
you can
That's
check
gonna
out
be
my
fun.
website, and you'll see the tour dates and all that stuff. So come see me on tour.
Awesome.
Rocking out.
So now with your busy schedule, you have all of that coming up. What acting stuff do you have coming up after that?
Well, after I do the tour, I'm going back for season 2 for CSI Cyber, and then I have Gem and the Holograms coming out in October, which is a Universal movie, and that'll be tons of fun as well.
So now you mentioned CSI Cyber. The October 4th is the second season. What are fans going to be expecting from the first season to the second season?
I think like a first season, you're always trying to figure out what you're doing and where the fans kind of lie, and so you know, I think season 2 is going to have a lot more action. I hope Raven kind of gets on the field and gets to do some karate chops, because that's what I was born to do. So we'll see.
Awesome. So really quick, what we're going to do is we do a speed round with all of our guests. It's going to be like a horror thing. Just quick 13 horror questions and just answer.
I'm going to fail all of them.
First thing that comes to mind, okay? So if you could bring back anyone from the dead and have a 5-minute conversation with them, who would it be?
Well, my grandpa, but that's getting really emotional.
Aww. What would be your worst nightmare if it came true?
Surrounded by snakes and being killed by snakes.
First scary movie you ever watched?
Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Quick. Would you rather date Dracula, Frankenstein, or Freddy Krueger?
Oh, Frankenstein.
Frankenstein, he's a babe.
Yeah, he's got some muscles.
Would you rather have a sleepover with Chucky or Michael Myers?
Oh, neither.
Neither? Would you rather have terrifying nightmares every night or see scary things that aren't really there?
Oh my gosh. It's all a nightmare. I'm probably seeing stuff that's not really there.
Are clowns scary or funny?
They're funny.
If you were in an insane asylum and you could only take one item to keep you sane, what would it be?
My koala bear. my little stuffed animal.
If you were a creepy doll, which celebrity would you want to scare?
If I was a creepy doll?
A creepy doll. You just have to like sit in the chair and like stare at them sleep or something.
Oh my gosh, this is like, well, who would you pick?
I would pick probably like Johnny Depp or something, but I don't know.
I have no idea.
Would you rather know how you would die or when you will die?
Oh gosh. How I would die.
Scariest thing that's ever happened to you?
Jeez, I haven't had any like ghost experiences, but I'm nervous that now that this movie's out, like things are gonna just start popping out, and I'll be like, oh my gosh,
Just
going
because
into
you're
the
part of the
further.
movie. So I know it's early, but do you have any ideas on what your Halloween costume will be?
You know what? It's so annoying because the second Halloween finishes, you think of like brilliant ideas, and you're like, why didn't I do that? Why didn't I do that? No, I have no idea, and it's so annoying. I like always end up being like inanimate objects. Like I always end up being like a pencil or like I don't know, a flower pot, something like really ridiculous. I always throw it together last minute.
I'm sure you pull it off though. Last question. You're having all these nightmares all night. Which is the face that you would want to wake up to?
Face of oh my gosh, my dog Henry. Henry, save
Aww.
me.
Super adorable. Well, thank you so much, Hayley, for coming in today. I loved chatting with you and getting all these inside looks into Insidious Chapter 3. And everybody, don't forget to watch Insidious Chapter 3, out everywhere June 5th.
Yes. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I wish you could answer me, Mom. Mr. Atkins said he'd fail me if I was even a minute late again. My mom died a year and a half ago. It's like sometimes I can feel her around me. Mom?
You have to be very careful. If you call out to one of the dead, all of them can hear you.
Stop it.
What's happening to me?
I had a vision of you. A man who couldn't breathe. This entity is very dangerous.
Oh, Jesus, he jumped. Something's trying to kill her.
I'm going to have to go to where it lives. Give her back. It's feeding on her soul.
What's happening? Is she dying?
Yes. This world is your home. If we don't hurry, it's going to get her.
No, bring her back. Bring her back. You said you can bring her back. Gwen.
I'll be waiting in the dark when the pain finally kills you.
Tiptoe through the door.